hanging down. All right. Okay, that's better. All right, that's cool.
Hold on. Say something.
Are you on?
That.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all praises to the Most High Power. Amen?
Amen.
All right, Tony. This is Waco Israel Ministries, brought to you live almost every night during the week from Jacksonville, Florida, right here on Collins Road. And we are really blessed to bring truth to the Afro-American, which is Hebrew, and all the Hispanics and all the islands of the world, the flat earth. And it won't be long, folks. It won't be long now before Yashayah, the Black Christ, returns. Because if you're waiting for that white Christ, he ain't showing up here. And there's no rapture. So you better get right, because all this teaching in the Bible is about Hebrew Israelites. Now, can Gentiles join in? Yes, they can. And we're not a ministry where we call white people devils and this and that. I know that's going on YouTube. I don't believe in doing that. But if you're in Christianity and you're in a false religion, you don't have the spirit of the Most High. So you must have an evil spirit. That's a religious spirit. That's an evil spirit. So you got to make up your mind soon. You got to get out of Babylon. Babylon is religion. Babylon is Christianity, Muslim, Hindu, Freemason, Mormons. Those are all false religions. Josh has been hitting it hard the last 4 or 5 nights, my son, about what do you call
denominations,
the different denominations and how they bicker over doctrines when the Bible says you must learn the Bible through precepts. Without precepts and without knowing who you are, you will never understand the Bible. If you don't have a history behind you, a teaching of a history of a people that's about this book, this book is a Bible book about the Most High's people, a nation. You can't join in by being a spiritual Jew. There's no teaching in the Bible on that.
Mm-hmm. So,
go ahead, Josh.
We're not going to be on too terribly long.
Well, we always say that, but
yeah. I have a video prepared. I'm gonna be exposing some information here.
Good
tonight.
Good, Joshua. That's good. Good.
Concerning.
Go ahead, Joshua.
Of well-known televangelist T.D. Jakes. Now, of course, we're gonna after we play the video, I'm gonna stop the video here and there. It's like a commentate. It's like a clip. It's not even a video. Yeah. It's like 3 or 4 minutes long.
But we want you to listen close. We're not going to say the word. You're going to see it for yourself. You're going to hear it yourself.
So there's no denying this awakening that we have been declaring and ministering about.
None.
For the last 6 years.
No. 7 going on 8.
Going on 8 years.
Sorry.
Now, the Christian churches, the big churches, have to start doing damage control because they realize Christianity is weakening. And
millions are leaving churches all over the world.
And they can't stand up to the Spirit, what the Spirit is doing before Christ comes back.
That's right. That's right.
So, with that said, we're going to play the clip. I'm going to stop it and correct it. Then we'll bring some scriptures.
Because we like to back everything with the word. These men have been called for destruction. These word of faith teachers. And I know it might hurt you because they're black and you love them, they're your brother, but they're really not your brother. They're not Hebrew. They're not
in this narcissistic.
Now listen.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
Now, this was
February of this year.
This happened 2018 February of this year.
Right.
Okay. Of 2018, so-called 2018.
And listen close, folks.
Okay,
Please.
so this is just a couple months ago, 6 months ago, 7 months ago.
I like that word you used, Justin. What's that word you used before about them trying to hide something? Now they know they're wrong and they haven't told people. And they know too. They
Damage
know.
control.
Damage control. That's what they're doing.
In this narcissistic, self-consumed society in which we live today, all deference has moved away from a deeper understanding of the global panoramic plan of God for humanity. We tend to focus in on what's in it for me. This is not one of those selfish, self-consumed messages, not from this text, not at this time. Paul is grappling in his own mind, trying to understand, or rather trying to help us to understand that God has a plan for a people who, for the most part, have rejected him. He's speaking about the children of Israel and how, for the most part, they had decided that they would have no parts of this Jesus thing. And he's talking about that the casting away or the removal of Israel from walking into this new dimension of grace opened up space for us as Gentiles to step into that place.
Now listen.
You might not know that you're a Gentile, but you're a Gentile.
Stop it right there.
You're a Gentile. If you're not Jewish, you're a Gentile. You're a Gentile. See?
Stop. There's nowhere in the word that says that the Hebrews, the black Afro-Americans are Hebrews and the Hispanics are Gentiles. They are not Gentiles. Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Josh. And we could prove that in the word.
This is a very important clip because as we're going to find something out that all these pastors understand and know.
Go ahead, Josh.
Okay.
Stop when you want.
So T.D. Jakes, first of all, T.D. Jakes knows that he's not a Gentile. He knows that he's an Israelite, that he is related to the people that wrote the Bible.
That's right. So why isn't he telling his people the truth?
You're a Gentile, whether you're a black Gentile, a white Gentile, a brown Gentile. We got fat Gentiles, skinny Gentiles, and double chin Gentiles. They're all Gentiles.
Just the joke,
none of those descriptions nullify what it is to be a Gentile. Because a Gentile in the Bible is someone outside of the covenant. You either had a covenant with God in the Old Testament and were a part of Abraham's seed, or you were a Gentile, which simply meant you were outside of the covenant.
Okay, that was at his church. Well, at one of his church less than 4 months earlier in October, he said this. Now listen. Now listen to the hypocrite. Now just listen.
Prodigies,
yeah.
So watch this now.
Yeah, Josh.
That was in front of black people, his people. Now watch what he says in front of white people.
Now, watch. This is a white church.
Let me tell you, this chair is about to break. My father's sitting here, my mother is sitting here, and they're fighting for the mic from moment to moment. My grandmother talks to you every now and then. All of my ancestors are sitting on this table all the way back to Nigeria.
Look at that. Wait. Listen what he just told the white church.
My ancestors were Igbos from Nigeria, and Igbos are called Black Jews. He said they're industrious, that they go after things, that they're hard-working people.
What? Wait, he just said what?
My ancestors were Igbos.
Igbo is just another word for Hebrew.
That's right.
So T.D. Jakes and this man know who the blacks in America are.
That's right.
And they've been known this.
Come on.
Now, why is T.D. Jakes all of a sudden coming out in front of white people? Because they're trying to control or damage control, because they understand that the awakening is here.
And you can't stop it.
And the children of Israel are coming back.
And they're waking up.
And there's nothing that they can do about it.
Come on.
They can't stop this. You so-called Negroes, black people, what? Listen. I'll replay it.
Listen to the hypocrite.
Table all the way back to Nigeria. All of them. My ancestors were Igbos from Nigeria.
So wait a minute.
Igbos.
T.D. Jakes knows who he comes from.
He knows. He knew before he said this.
He's been known this. This man is a high-level devil, Illuminati.
That's right.
Freemason. And he been known what he's saying.
Hold on, John. I want to say
why is he waiting till now? Because the 400 years is almost up.
That's right.
And the spirit is awakening the children of Israel again.
Mm-hmm.
And now Satan has to get his children in line to try to stop this move before Christ returns for his people.
It ain't happening.
Are called black Jews, that they're industrious, that they go after things, that they're hard-working people.
You just said.
My ancestors were Igbos from Nigeria, and Igbos are called black Jews. That
Yahudah, Judah, Strongs. And the Bible being a Jew was never about converting, but always about who you were descended from. What I said from the beginning.
We tend to focus in on what's in it for me. This is not one of those selfish, self-controlled
now listen to this hypocrite. This is later now.
Realize this is now in February. He just said out of his own mouth
that he's a
that
Hebrew.
all the Negroes in America are related to the Igbo tribe and different Hebrew tribes in Africa.
He told the white church that.
So why is he all of a sudden changes his tone in front of black people? Because it's only for,
go ahead, Josh.
Let's say this.
I'll hold back.
Only the illuminated ones can understand who they are.
That's right.
So T.D. Jakes and Creflo Dollar and all these powerful black preachers on television understand.
They know who.
Okay, they know
who's sitting in front
who
of them.
they are, and they know who their congregation is. Okay, they know, they've been known who they are.
Stop. Just 1 second. I want to say something real quick. And if he starts telling them, he's either going to die, they're going to kill him, or they're going to close him down. It is selfish to tell people something you know is not true. We can't show this any better than this.
So
my ancestors were Igbo.
So it's selfish to not to tell your people who they are when you know who you are.
Wow.
And instead you prosper off of them.
And you tell me he's a man of God.
From Nigeria. And Igbos are called black Jews. That
Now, 4 months later at his church.
For us as Gentiles.
So which is it, TD?
Yeah, what is it, TJ?
TD
fakes. TD fakes.
Mr. Jakes, are you an Israelite or are you a Gentile? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Because your blood can't lie. So why are you trying to lie? Because you understand what you said and why you said it. You're saying this because you're afraid of losing your people in your church to the truth.
Come on.
So you can't come in front of Negroes and start saying that we're the children of Israel because they'll leave your church.
Yeah. In groves.
And you can't wear your suits and drive your fancy cars anymore.
That's right.
So, or if you say what you know it to be the truth, your financial backers will put you on the street because they'll take your church from you and all your material.
Come on, tell the truth, set you free.
You might not know that you're a Gentile, but you're a Gentile.
So wait a minute.
Oh,
I thought you were an Israelite. You just said you're from the Igbos. So which is it? So why are you saying in front of white people you're an Israelite, but when you're from your own people, you're a Gentile? So what are you?
Yeah, what are you, Jay? Make up your mind because I'm confused.
Because this is funny. Now he's trying to do the bucking dance because he knows what he said.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And now he has to do damage control in what he said in front of poor black people.
Now, if he dances today, you know what he's doing? He's making fun of you. Yeah, he's no, he is.
He's dancing around what he knows what he said.
Yeah, in the physical
in that white church.
That's right.
He knows that he said what he said.
That's right.
Now, why is he so afraid to come in front of them at an all black church and tell them, you all are from the Igbo tribe in Africa, and you are the children of Israel?
So what does that tell you, viewers? Listen, he's under control on the people. He's not allowed to say certain things to certain people.
You're a Gentile. If you're not Jewish, you're a Gentile.
Where's the word Jewish in the Bible?
Yeah, there's no Jewish word in the Bible.
Where's your Bible?
Yeah, where's his Bible? How come we got a Bible in front of us? Oh, Jesus is in his heart.
Where's your Bible, TD? Wow. Aren't you supposed to be teaching with a Bible?
Wow, man, what hypocrites.
Show me the word Jewish in the Bible, TD Jakes.
Gentile. See, you're a Gentile, whether you're a black Gentile, a white Gentile, a brown Gentile. We got fat Gentiles, skinny Gentiles, and double chin.
See, he's just joking, so he eases the lion, so
no.
he relaxes them.
Now watch this. Now come on, Bishop, Pastor Furtick's church. Bishop said his ancestors were Israelites, which means by biblical definition, they are the descendants of Judites.
That's right.
Bishop Jakes is an Israelite, I'm sure. He's intelligent enough to know this.
Uh-oh.
So all this is saying that is T.D. Jakes and all these black preachers on TV been known what T.D. Jakes said at this white church. Now, again, why can't you say what you say in front of white people in front of your people? Because I'm sure that most likely that white guy you were talking to understands what you just said. It's no secret to him. So why can't you say this in front of poor black people? Because you're set up to control them.
That's right.
To keep them under the modern white man's religion of Christianity. Christianity, or okay, if you want to term the word Christian, the original Christians were not white. The original Christians were Niger in the book of Acts, which means black.
That's right.
And even further, the Romans called them Christians. The true word that we should use as followers of Christ is Mashiachians or Messianics, meaning we follow the Messiah. Okay, Christian is just a word that the Romans used as a word to identify a bunch of black Israelites who followed the Messiah.
That's all.
That's all the word.
That's all it means.
Now, Christianity today is nothing like what Peter, Paul, and the apostles did.
Nothing like it. Nothing.
And that's not an insult. That's not attacking nobody. That's just the way it is.
Because they twist the whole Bible.
Now, let's listen to the rest of this clip. Then we'll read a little bit. Then we'll close.
All right. This is good stuff, viewers. And find it yourself. Do the research. You'll see it. See, this is the trouble with Christians. They don't do their research.
My ancestors
they listen
were
to these people and that's it.
From Nigeria. And Igbos are called black Jews.
Look, idiot. And he didn't know. That's why he did that.
Now, he has a far greater audience at his church on your platform, and you switch up only truth makes all of us free, blacks and whites. So exactly, why isn't he telling his people who they are, but he freely just says it like it's nothing in front of whites?
Wow.
Because he has to fulfill his duty to control the Negroes,
right,
to keep his people bucking and dancing and ignorant of reality.
I keep giving them money. Slave ship records show that most people taken from Africa's west coast in the slave trade were Igbos, which means most people brought as captives from West Africa were slaves.
Were Jews.
Jews.
Bishop Jakes, their other descendants don't need to know this. Only you. FYI, Bishop connected to the Igbo DNA through DNA, but
this really disturbed me, and I don't care what his point was. He clearly made a false statement on very, very important issue, and he did. And let me tell you something, folks, listeners. These people find out in his church, he's going to empty out. Oh yeah, that's what's going to happen. I see it coming, Tony. I do. With all the Word of Faith teachers.
And I believe that he didn't speak the truth on his platform out of fear. I know that's why he didn't.
Come on.
So, again, why, TD, can you say this in front of white people freely, but when you get in front of your
own people,
you have to do the bucking dance and talk about we Gentiles and Jewish and it ain't about color. You know, man, you know the truth. Maybe the interview of him at Pastor Furtick's church had went viral and he couldn't handle the pressure. I can't say
for sure, but I know he said 2 different things in less than 4 months.
So your DNA doesn't change in 4 months.
Yeah.
So he had to do damage control on what he said.
That's right.
Because he understands the truth is out. Now he's afraid of his people getting grabbed up by Hebrew Israelites. So he has to, control do his little control thing for the massa, the white man.
Wow.
The white massa.
Watch out. The most Yashayah Ishi salvation, that's what he means. He hates hypocrites. And that's all about what he's doing, right, Tony? He's a hypocrite. Isaiah 56:10 talks about leaders being dumb dogs. They cannot bark. But if Jeremiah says, I will give you pastors according to my spirit, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. That's what we're about. This is no attack on Bishop Jakes, but what he said was literally not true. And it feeds the slave mentality that is a cancer for all people. Don't be deceived. Knowing your history is one of the first steps to any real global solution. Didn't I say that before we started, Tony?
Yep.
If you don't know your history, you'll never know the Bible, and you'll never know who you are.
So he made a comment on Romans 11. Now I want to read Romans 11. Because we read the Bible. Romans 11, 1 and 2. Then we'll go down to verse 11 through 18 and 19, and we'll close.
We're going 1, 2, Josh, Romans. You see, folks, we're not all that, and we don't claim to be all that. But I'm not going to hold back if I know truth about the black brothers that I know that I met in Jacksonville now, to tell them the truth about what's going on TV. That's my job, to expose these people.
Rather expose them.
Paul said rather expose them. To what, Josh?
Revelation.
Oh,
one,
you said Romans.
I mean, no, Romans 11, 1 and 2.
Oh, wait. Oh, Romans 11, 1 and 2. Hold on. I got it. 11 and 2. All right, Romans 11, 2. I say then, hath the Most High cast away his people? The Most High forbid. For I also am an Israelite.
So Paul made it known to the whites and the blacks at that time, the Romans and the Israelites, who he was.
Of the seed of Abraham.
So he didn't change his message when he got in front of white people.
That's right. He went to Greece, didn't he?
Okay. So again, why did T.D. Jakes change his message?
Yeah. And they talk about Paul. They don't know Paul. Of the tribe of Benjamin.
Read.
Ahayah hath not cast away his people.
As we clearly heard, T.D. Jakes said to the entire world on national television,
Come on.
worldwide television,
Come on.
that he is an Idbo or an Israelite.
And now he's a Gentile.
So read.
Which is a Jakes. His people which he foreknew.
Read.
Whoa. What ye not?
Stop.
What? Oh,
Go to verse 11.
11. Oh, verse 11. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
I say then.
Wait.
Sure, 11.
Go to verse 8.
8. Okay. Ready? Viewers?
Mm-hmm.
According as it is written, Ahayah hath given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they could not see, and ears that they should not hear,
Now,
unto this day.
Now, Mr. Jakes knows and understands the truth. He's not going to say the truth, as we clearly seen how he tried to dance around it in front of his own people, but he'll say it freely in front of a white person.
Now, I want to say something real quick. You haven't seen this, and I know you have, viewers. You know why he got in business and he does other things now? Because probably sooner or later he knew he was going to be found out. So when his church leaves, he's still going to have money. But he took that money from them to do that. And David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap. That's what he's in right now. And a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes
be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always.
Look at that, away from the truth. That's what they're doing. They're bowing down and they're turning around.
And that's what TD did in front of his people. He bowed down out of the truth and started doing his, the same old Christian rant. No, we're Gentile. No, you said at a white church 4 months earlier from February on worldwide television on TBN, you're an Israelite. So why are you changing?
What?
Why are you changing?
Come on.
You can't change what your DNA says.
You can't.
But you realize you have to cover what you say now, because it's out there, and it's been out there. T.D. Jakes ain't said nothing no one hasn't known. Okay, they're just doing this because they have to do damage control because they're hemorrhaging. Because Christianity,
they're bleeding.
They understand they're losing. They're losing out.
That's right.
So
I hope you're not giving these people money.
Read.
Okay. Least their table. Okay. Let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Oh, yeah. Now 11, right? Verse 11. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall?
Read.
Most High forbid. But rather, through their fall, salvation, Yishi, is come unto the Gentiles. That's Yashayah. For to provoke them to jealousy.
Stop. Now, so we understand the fall of Israel came the fall of Israel, when the children of Israel fell, the other nations, mainly European nations, were able to prosper off of them falling. Okay, they were able to build their empire upon them. That's how we got America.
A made-up nation.
Let's read verse 18 and 19.
Okay, 18 and 19. Boast not against the branches.
So T.D. Jakes boasted against himself, as then 4 months earlier he said who he was. Then he boasted against. So he's confused. He's
confused. Right?
He's confused, or he just he ain't confused. He's trying
to trick.
He had to do something to get out of what he said on live television.
And listen, we don't hate him. I don't hate no one, but he's got to be exposed so he doesn't confuse you. But if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in.
Stop. So that is what what white people, that isn't Christian. That's how, they say, oh, you can't, no one's higher than the other one, we're all the same.
Yeah, baloney.
That's what the Gentiles taught the slaves to think during slavery.
That's right. And in the Constitution, when it says all men are created equal, they're talking about themselves, the white people.
Yeah, they weren't talking about slaves because they had slaves.
That's right.
Romans.
So how are they going to say they're equal when they're slaves?
13 and 1. Just to prove what I just said earlier, and we will close.
Acts what, Josh?
13 and 1.
Okay. I like to do a song again sometime. I like that. All right, 13 and 1. Acts. Now, there were in the church, or the meeting place, that was at Antioch, certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that were called Niger. Same thing, Niger. And Lucius of Cyrene, and Mananin, which had been brought up with Herod, the Tetrarch, and Saul.
We have Acts 13:1 here in front of you. Okay? And we'll go to one more scripture, then we'll close.
See, the southern preachers use the word niggas for Niger. They changed that word. Just like they changed tidy into money. It's supposed to be food. Oh yeah, people will do this.
So the first, and I'll highlight it and I'll read it. The first Christians, the origin is Latin. Niger, black Christian, or followers of Christ, right?
That's right.
So the original Christians were not white. The original Christians were Negro, were Niger.
Come on.
They were not white. I'll say that again. They were not Caucasian or European. They were Negro in appearance. They were black. Okay? Revelation 1:13. It's very easy. We'll close with this.
Revelation.
I don't want to be on.
Right. Okay.
Revelation 1:13.
See, for our brothers out there that listen to us, and we appreciate you, we really do. Please send your donations, whatever you can send, $1, $3 a month, $5, whatever you can send, without hurting your income, to josh.labio@gmail.com. Please support us. Thank you. Revelation 1:13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot, and girt about the paps with a golden girdle. His head.
His what?
His head.
Read.
And his hairs.
And his what?
You know our Logan, right? His
so
hairs.
The hair on Christ's head
were white like wool.
Like what?
Like wool.
String.
Blonde.
So Christ did not have the hair texture of a European.
Come on.
He had the hair texture of a Negro. Read.
As white as snow.
Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Read.
That's our Lord, right, Tony?
Read.
And his feet like
and his what?
His feet.
And his what?
Feet.
So Christ's skin on his body.
Like unto fine brass.
Now, it doesn't just say brass or fine brass. Now watch what it says after this.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So whenever you take a metal or anything in particular and you heat it over a fire, sugar, brass, copper, what will that metal or whatever you burn become?
Either dark mahogany or black. Either
it will become black.
That's it.
So Christ was not a white man.
That's right.
Christ was not white.
He has a Christian excuse.
Wait.
No, sorry.
Christ was not white. He was a Negro.
Right. That's right. That's okay, Josh.
So
let's go back on so we can I'll straighten that out. Okay. See, it's no big deal knowing the truth. Read the word yourself. Get the Bible off the shelf. Read it for yourself.
So that was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, blessed. Blessed to know the truth.
So Christ, as we clearly seen tonight, these big pastors on television are trying to do damage control because they understand the jig is up. People know. They know that the Jews over there in Israel are not the Jews. Everyone, everybody on TVN, and I'm just narrowing it down to the TVN, they know that they're not the Jews. John Hagee knows that he's sending money to the synagogue of Satan.
That's right. He's taking money from his church and sending it to Israel.
And he knows those aren't the Jews. He knows who the description of the children of Israel in Christ in the Bible
now
are not white.
Let me say something. I got no problem with people suffering there. They are. But if they were the real Hebrews, why is there war there? Christ says when they come really back to their land, there'll be war no more. So that tells you right there they're not the Hebrews.
So we say shalom.
Shalom.